you've ever DM'd me asking how to get involved in the city of Chicago and mutual aid and rapid response, what you can do as the Trump administration is coming after our city, this video is for you. First of all, you should be following the Coalition Against the Trump Agenda, and you should be following Hands Off Chicago and ICER Illinois. CATA and Hands Off have text alerts for rapid response mobilizations for large-scale demonstrations in particular, and both are coalitions that have a number of organizations. CATA in particular is a coalition of grassroots groups, and all of those organizations are great places to start. ICER is a coalition of immigration and refugee rights organizations that runs rapid response trainings. But if you really just want to dive in and get involved with mutual aid in the city of Chicago, I cannot recommend strongly enough signing up for a shift with Chicago Community Jail Support. If you've been following me for a while, you know that over the summer, my best friend and I committed to doing more mutual aid, to showing up to the organizations that we had followed on Instagram, because I love y'all, and I'm gonna hold your hand while I say this. You are going to probably have to log off of social media and make connections with people. And even if it's not physically safe for you to do that in person, there are lots of ways that you can be supportive of these organizations from home, but it's not really on social media. And so my best friend and I signed up for a shift with Chicago Community Jail Support over the summer, and the people that I met at that shift have remained important to me in terms of guiding my own organizing and connections and mutual aid opportunities in the city. Chicago Community Jail Support is an organization that has people on the ground every single night outside of Cook County Jail, where people are released at all hours of the night with no resources and often no way to get home. Sometimes without warm clothes if they're being released in the winter. People are being released later and later and later. And so in 2020, when a lot of people were being arrested for protesting, a number of community members would wait outside the jail for them to make sure that they could get home safe, and realize that other people also needed that support, people who were arrested for things that were not protesting. And so people decided to keep meeting that need. And for years now, there have been people with a supply tent set up outside of Cook County Jail to make sure that anyone who is released and needs resources has access to them. CCJS is incredibly welcoming. They are incredibly organized. Make sure that first-time volunteers have experienced volunteers on the ground with them to guide them through the process of volunteering for jail support. And once you get into these mutual aid and organizing spaces, it is much, much easier to get involved with other mutual aid and organizing spaces. And CCJS really needs people, and they are going to need people even more intensely as it gets colder. Google Chicago Community Jail Support. They have a how to volunteer page on their website. They have a sign-up form, and they will get you connected. So if you're feeling overwhelmed and you don't know where to start, I am telling you, this is where to start. They need volunteers not only on the ground, but also to assist with coordination and to do things that you can do remotely. You have the tools to get involved, so you have to use them.